The 2025 UCI Road World Championships are set to take place in Kigali, Rwanda, and the parcours is gonna hurt. We've got the details right here. The 2023 edition of the World Championships just wrapped up in Australia, and we are already looking ahead to 2025 when the race will take riders to the African continent for the first time ever. The 2025 edition will be based in Kigali, the capital city of Rwanda, and it'll be the second time that Rwanda has hosted a major cycling event. They previously held the 2028 African Continental Championships. Now let's talk about the parcours. It is absolutely loaded with climbing. There are three main sectors of significant elevation gain that will likely play a big role in the race. First, there's the ascent to the finish line on the first day. Stage 1 is a 126-kilometer loop around Kigali. It starts and finishes at the Kigali Arena, which sits atop a climb that averages 9% over its final 2 kilometers. That climb will likely prove decisive for the sprinters and all-rounders. It may not be quite as steep or sustained as some other finishes that we've seen at the Worlds recently, but it's definitely not flat. The second sector of climbing comes on Stage 2. This is a 204-kilometer stage from Huye to the top of Mount Kenya, which is actually in neighboring Uganda. But the climbing doesn't stop there, because the third and final individual time trial is a 31-kilometer course that features no fewer than 5 categorized climbs. It's a little bit shorter than some recent individual time trials at the Worlds, but it is a lot hillier. In fact, the average gradient of this course is 6.5%, and the longest climb is a 5.7 kilometers ascent at 9.4%. So punchy climbers and all-rounders who are good on the clock are going to be perfectly suited to this course. That's not to say that there isn't a little bit of everything for everyone. After all, this is a world championship. There's going to be something for every type of rider. There are plenty of flatter stages peppered throughout the week, including a 178-kilometer Stage 3 in Rwanda and an 88-kilometer Stage 5 that could be a potential bunch sprint. Plus, there's the mixed team relay, which should be pretty exciting. It's a hilly parcours, but it's not overly long by recent World Championship standards. The longest stage is only 204 kilometers. And so it's possible that this won't be a war of attrition like we sometimes see when races head to the hilly parts of Yorkshire or the hilly parts of Australia, for example. But having said that, there are 6 Category 1 climbs in the race. So it's definitely going to be tough. And then when you consider the African heat, well, this is shaping up to be a true test of the very best riders in the world. And considering how many different types of stages there are, it seems like a course that favors a well-rounded rider, someone who's good on the flat, good on the hills, good in time trials. Maybe we'll see another Remco Evenepoel type dominate, or maybe a young gun like Tadej Pogacar will continue his trend of winning everything. Or maybe, just maybe, someone like Wout van Aert or Mathieu van der Poel will finally get their moment on the rainbow jersey. One thing's for sure, though, it's gonna be exciting, and I, for one, cannot wait. What do you think of the course? Do you think a rider like Van Aert or Van der Poel will fancy their chances? Or do you think it's just gonna be another case of the usual suspects? Let us know your thoughts down below, and thank you so much for watching.